What's going on, everybody? Hello. So we just got big announcement. We just got huge PvP tuning, something that I did not expect to get at all. I didn't think that we'd get something. I don't know if you guys thought we'd get something. I wasn't expecting any changes at all. I was expecting we're probably just gonna sit in the same meta, you know, for lack of a better term, rot for a bit in this. But we randomly got some tuning, so I'm just gonna go over the changes real quick. 41 minutes ago, as you can see, so we just got these. Pretty exciting stuff, honestly. So right here, first, right off the bat, Mage Fire got a 25% Blazing Barrier nerf while in PvP. So this change, I feel like, is going to be pretty noticeable. Do I think Fire Mage is gonna suck now? No. But do I feel like players will feel like they can actually damage through mage shields? Yes, probably will. 25% is a big number. I think right now, I'm assuming right now in full gear, I think it's like 25k or something. So the fact that that is now nerfed is a pretty big deal. Another change right here, we have another healer change, so that's interesting. I'm not really sure why they chose to target Life Cocoon when it comes to Mistweaver Monks. I feel like Mistweaver Monk doesn't suffer in the meta because of Life Cocoon. I feel like it's because obviously they're really easy to train. They take a lot of damage. And they're the only healer that has to actively get out their channeled cast with soothing and enveloping and stuff. So not really sure why they targeted Life Cocoon specifically, but I mean, regardless, if you are a monk player, you're probably extremely happy. 33% of Life Cocoon. Probably won't die through Life Cocoon now with how crazy Burst is. So this is a pretty big deal. Very interesting to see that. Very interesting to see that for sure. Next, we got Paladin. Pure Concentration Conduit has been reduced by 50%. So for those who don't know, the Pure Concentration Conduit, I believe, is the concentration aura conduit that reduces fear duration. So, you know, for me, I feel like I'm very excited to see this. I think that against Paladin, so I'm going to log in my Paladin right now for you guys. I think playing against Paladin and having this conduit is pretty frustrating for any class with a fear. The fact that you just have a passive, you know, 40% or so reduction is, you know, quite insane. So here's my conduit. As you can see, I do not have the highest level conduit on my Paladin. Come on, guys. I'm trying, all right? So I don't have the highest level conduit, but it's still 34%. So this will be nerfed by 50% in Arena. I think the max on Tournament Realm, 278 with Enhanced, is 40. So basically what that means is Paladins have a 40% passive fear reduction for their whole team. So this will be nerfed to, you know, 20% now because it's 50% when engaged in combat. So that's really nice to see. I can't tell you how many times we've had games against Paladins where it's like, all right, Wiz goes in for a fear. Oh, look at that. Fear is 3 seconds. Kind of weird to have a passive like that. I feel like it's very, very strong against any sort of fear class or a class with a fear. So that's a really nice change to see. I'm not a fan of passive reductions like that are so substantial where, you know, your entire team gets fear reduction and a pretty massive amount of fear reduction. So that's a really good change. Divine Favor was nerfed by 10%. Don't think that's the biggest deal, especially when you read on how they buffed Holy Light by 40% in PvP, was 20. So now Holy Light is in pretty much got a 20% buff. I think this is good. Obviously, it rewards casted healing more. Flash of Light as well got a nice healing buff as well. Rewards casted healing. So I do like to see that. Pretty big fan of that change. I don't think it's going to change Paladin too much because right now Paladin is, I mean, we all know Paladin's just all instant cast right now. So don't really think this changes too much in terms of Paladins and being OP, but you know, this is a nice thing to see that healing with casts is going to be a lot better. Now we move on to the Holy Priest changes, which, I mean, if you guys play any arena at all in the last few months, we all know Holy Priest is absolutely insane. So Holy Priest is getting a nerf to their tier set. So their 2-piece tier set is now going to be 10 seconds instead of 15. So what the 2-piece does, for people who don't know, anytime you press a Holy Ward spell, you reduce the cast time of your next Holy Ward spell, whichever one based on, you know, if it's a Smite or a Holy Fire. So whichever Holy Ward affecting spell you use will reduce that cooldown by an additional 15 seconds. So now it's getting nerfed to 10 seconds. Pretty big deal, and I'll talk about that in a second. Miracle Worker, which is the PvP talent that gives you 2 charges of Holy Ward Serenity, and it reduces the cooldown by 20%, now is a 10% cooldown reduction. Basically, what this means is Holy Ward Serenity is a 1-minute cooldown baseline. With the PvP talent, it turns into a 48-second recharge. Now it's going to be 54 seconds. So you're going to lose 6 seconds on that recharge, which is a pretty big deal. And the reason, I'm going to go back here to the 2-set is this 2-set change combined with the change to the Serenity CD from your PvP talent. Do I think Holy Priest is going to suck? No. But do I think you're probably going to have to get more casts out on Holy Priest to be effective and to sustain your team? With Serenity, yes. Because right now you pretty much don't really have to cast on your Holy Priest. You just kind of run around. You have Palm, you have Flash Shield procs. You can Sanctify with your Palm or your Flash Shield procs when you don't have Serenity to put up your 2-set and then get even more time off of your Serenity. So you get additional time with your... You get additional time off of your Serenity from your 2-set because you're using your Chastise with Proxit, you're using your Sanctify, and then you're just using Serenity in general. So right now you can pretty much reset your first charge of Serenity with I want to say 3 spells. I tested it earlier. If you Serenity, and then you Palm, and then you Flash Shield, and then you Sanctify, and you Flash Shield, boom, your Serenity's back. But now, even with that combination, which is normally what you do, you will still have probably 15 to 16 seconds left before you get that next charge of Serenity back. So that's a pretty big change. I think Holy Priest will still be good. I think being able to reset your Serenity will still be good. But in general, pretty insane that they targeted these 2 things, because obviously Holy Priest healing with being able to reset Serenity, that's why it's so strong. Serenity is such a powerful heal, and you're resetting it the entire game, so it's hard to push through. I think this is a pretty big change, so I'm definitely excited to see that. Next up, we got Rogue, the 4-set. As you guys may know, 4-set for Rogues has been tearing everyone apart. You know, you hit the Vendetta, Shiv, Sepsis combo that everyone's been seeing, and you die 100 to 0. Sepsis will do, 60k damage or something if you don't have a poison dispel, and you pretty much melt immediately. So this is a pretty big change. I don't know if how it's gonna affect Assassination Rogue in the meta, because I think the 4-set was... I'm a firm believer of the 4-set being why Assassination Rogue was so crazy right now. So with this change, I think they'll still be good, but I don't know if they'll be the meta class. I feel like they probably still will be the meta class right now, or one of the meta melee classes. So definitely nice to see though that the burst in general is reduced, because I mean, even I've died. I'm dying at 1602s. Assassination Rogues are running in. Kidney Vendetta, Sepsis, I die instantly. So this is pretty nice to see. And then we must rejoice, people. We gotta be happy. So I think there's a lot they can do about Rest of Shaman personally, but as you can see, Rest of Shaman Healing Surge now heals for an additional 25% when in combat, up from 15. So Healing Surge got a 10% buff, essentially. Healing Wave now heals for an additional 30%, up from 10. So Healing Wave got a 20% buff. Healing Surge got a 10% buff. And then the 4-piece, the Star Speakers, Regalia 4-piece set bonus now casts a chain heal at 70% effectiveness when engaged in combat with enemy players, was 60%. So as we all know, they did nerf the 4-set for Shaman in PvP before the season even started, so it got a 40% nerf. It went from 100% effectiveness to 60%. Now it's going from 60, a little bit back up to 70. So these changes right here, I can't say that I'm not happy to see them. I am very thankful that Shaman is going to have more casted healing. Do I think that Shaman's going to be super OP? No. I think right now it's extremely hard to get cast off as majority of classes that you play. Obviously, if you're playing Mage Lock, Resolve Trinket, whatever, but as a healer, it's really hard to get chain casts together and get a lot of healing casts off. So I don't think this change makes Shaman super OP. I don't think it makes it crazy broken, but I do think that it gives you a bit more healing. And personally, I'm excited for just being able to actually press a healing wave or a healing surge and know that it's doing more than nothing. Because right now it kind of does nothing. So I'm really excited for that. Definitely nice to see that they're nerfing around a few healers. I think that obviously a lot of people may be asking, oh, where's Rest of Druid? Where's Disfreeze? But I think Resta Druid will probably slide into being, you know, one of the top healers because of the Holy Priest nerf. I think Paladin's still going to be really good. Mistweaver, I don't think will be that crazy. I don't think Shaman will be that crazy. And then obviously Dispriest unchanged. So Dispriest will probably still be the same. So yeah, as far as the healer meta goes, I don't think it shakes anything up too much besides Holy Priest going down, and then probably Resta Druid being a little bit better because of the fact that Holy Priest is not as good. Holy Priest will still be good though, I think. I don't think it's going to be bad. And then last change before we stop here, Protection Warrior. So Prot Warrior, the 4 set was one-shotting people. I think a lot of people have probably, anyone who clicks on this video has probably been one-shot by Prot Warrior at some point in the last month and a half, 2 months. Your Shield Slam was hitting people for 60, 70,000, so that's getting changed. That'll be a 50% nerf to that, so that'll be pretty interesting. I haven't actually gotten one shot by Prot Warriors, so personally it has not affected me, but I know a lot of people have been dealing with that, so very nice to see that they finally took out another cheesy one shot. They took out Guardian Druid. Demo Lock was pretty insane. They took that out, so Prot Warriors now, you know, the next victim when it comes to changes, so that's very nice to see. And overall, I'm pretty happy about the changes. I think they're pretty good. Like I said, these came out, you know, 45 minutes ago. I didn't think they were going to do anything. They ended up doing something. That's really exciting. And that's going to be it. So I appreciate it. Anyone who tunes in, checks out this video, thank you very much. Hopefully you guys are excited as I am about these changes. And that's it. Blizzard's listening. Maybe they're listening. Thanks for watching, people.